I got into chemical engineering just because I wanted to do astrochemistry, and the video blew up. I was like a kid in a candy shop. So he looked at me for a moment and he's like, so now what? You're gonna leave engineering and do what? Commerce? Your life is done, man. You're not going anywhere. It was an interstellar moment for me. I was born in Surat. We traveled to Baroda and eventually we shifted to Mumbai. Mumbai is like a chaotic city. Everyone is running and there's no time to just stand and just take a breath for a moment. We had our own set of challenges. We used to stay in a one-room kitchen in Vasai. And I used to get really good marks. I got into chemical engineering just because I wanted to do astrochemistry. And then reality hits you. Once you get into that particular thing, I dropped out after second year. This particular professor, so he looked at me for a moment. And he's like, so now what? You're gonna leave engineering and do what? Commerce? Your life is done, man. You're not going anywhere. When you leave something, like you are on a certain trajectory, you're going in a certain this thing, and then you drop out of that, you leave that particular thing, and especially like engineering in India, it's like a huge thing, it's secret. You leave that and then everyone starts questioning you, like, oh, you are not going anywhere, like, you're done, this is the end of your story. I was also not sure what to do next. And I just figured out there was this college which was into mass communication and journalism. I was like, I like the creative side of things. Let me just apply in this college, and it was in Pune. And that's where my entire professional journey actually started in Pune. The first role happened while I was in college, and one day our HOD comes and says that there's this one company, you should come for the interview and let's see how it goes from there. And it's like an internship, and it was the role of a content writer. That's where a lot of other things also started happening. And one of the things that I'm actually quite happy that happened. So in Salon Ke Bihar only, there was this place called Tea Cozy, which was like an adda kind of a place where people who were into filmmaking, artists and a lot of other folks, they would just gather there. Since I stayed very close to that place and I just happened to bump into some of these interesting people, they were like, why don't you come along with us for one of the shoots? It'll be an experience for you as well, and we could use a crew member. Like sure, let's do that. One particular breakout video I would say is when Social opened in Khar, and they actually created a skate park. We were like, let's go to this place and let's capture the video. So we did that, and the video blew up. I think till last year I used to get call from people inquiring me about the skateboarders in that video. They would stumble upon that video, they would search for skateboarders, and they would be like, hey, do you know these skateboarders? We actually want to feature them in our ads. So it was in 2017. I stumbled upon this company, Pensar Design. They are doing something really interesting in the design thinking space. In Pensar Design back then, the people who were working, they were all coming from a user research background, product design, and they were into prototypes and all of these things. So they were all pure researchers. And there was this guy who is completely, opposite of all of that. That was where I came out of that whole agency world. I was like a kid in a candy shop. Even at Open also, I was trying to run a lot of different experiments, but I did not have a clear understanding in terms of what we would be doing with it. I definitely wanted to get to a certain point with all of those things. Then I just stumbled upon GrowthX. I was hearing a lot about GrowthX, and a couple of people from Open itself, they had done GrowthX before me. The community learning, everyone is curious. Everyone is pushing themselves. Sometimes we don't tend to ask questions in that particular sense, or we don't think in a certain direction. In this particular setup, all of those things were happening, and then just leaves you with the thought that what if you could do this for the rest of your life after everything was done. It was an interstellar moment for me. Then I was quite clear in terms of, okay, this is what I want to do. I actually joined GrowthX to break into a role like that. In my quest, I stumbled upon Moda. So at Moda, we are trying to solve a very interesting problem that the D2C brands face, is a problem of retention. like, retaining the customers that, they are kind of getting on the platform. So we are currently focused on the e-commerce segment. We are doing that through the channels of email and SMS marketing for the time being. And then, we intend to kind of, evolve from that point onwards. At the current, point where I am in my life in general and the professional and personal space, I just look back at my journey and a lot of things and a lot of different points that I've done. Even I did not know this is something I'm going to do next. And all of those milestone moments, that happened, even GrowthX for that matter, right? It just happened. And wherever it takes me to in terms of making what even 0.1% better from what I was yesterday, that'll be a great thing for me.